Hey guys, so you probably weren't expecting to see a video like this, or video at all relating to the show. However, because I guess, as you know, for episodes 1 and 2 of this season of RWBY, I wrote written reviews. But I feel like with writing written reviews for with the nature of RWBY, I guess as a whole, I feel like RWBY, the way its storytelling mode, it's like serial kind of nature where you need to like, see the next and the next and the next each week, and how it's like how it's all it matters more of the overarching story than it does really the critical individual beginning, middle, and end arc of each episode. So because of the nature of storytelling that RWBY uses, which is very good nature of storytelling, it definitely keeps you hooked. I'm not taking this as a flaw. It's very hard to write weekly written reviews for each episode because they come off as kind of lame. I mean, that's the way I can put it. They just don't. The show doesn't really lend itself to weekly written reviews. That's why you don't see many people doing weekly written reviews. The majority of the RWBY reviews or RWBY discussions come in the form of free-form, unscripted dialogues on YouTube. So I thought instead of loaning to myself to just writing a review each week, and it's just being kind of tedious. Where it's just, oh, there's battle. This is the developments we made. These are cool. That's pretty much every review I've written for this show. Battle and analyzing the battle, analyzing the plot developments, and then saying how good it was because it's not bad. It's never going to be bad. It's one of the best shows of all time. So, I mean, like instead of just simply just doing it that way, I've decided that I'm going to discuss and sort of just do more of a free form discussion. And because I'm so late on the boat, and today is actually, let's see what today is. It's December 26th. So at this time, the newest episode is episode 6. And I still haven't reviewed episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to try to bang out episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6, sort of free-form discussions with them, with these episodes in one night. And as I haven't seen these episodes, I've only probably seen each episode twice so far. I'm rewatching each episode. So what I'm doing is I just watched episode 3, and I'm going to talk about it now. Then I'm going to go watch episode 4 and talk about it now. So my foresight, I'm going to act as spoiler free as possible. I'm going to give you absolutely no spoilers for upcoming. If you're still on episode 3 and you want to watch along. However, just know that my perspective is there. I've seen a development of episodes 4, 5, and 6 already while talking about 3. So because of that, it might change my perspective a little. But there, I'm not gonna. I'm sure I'm trying not to avoid any spoilers whatsoever. I will definitely give a warning if I give a spoiler, which is very unlikely, because I'm one of those people that respects respects the genuineness of a first viewing, not knowing what's going to happen. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna jump right in here to the episode. Episode 3, at the point I saw this, was my favorite episode of the show, simply because it. While we were introduced to Crow in the last episode, this really get to know him, and you also are introduced to and get to know Winter Schnee. And I'm going to talk about Winter first because she was the most probably disappointed I've been with any element of the season. Um, she is tough as nails. That's definitely the case. Like, there's no going around that or denying beating around the bush. However, I was imagining her. She was definitely the most anticipated character of this season. When I saw her design alone, let's just say she's a very attractive character, and she's just definitely my type of character. Just to give you an example, Satsuki Kiryuin from Kill la Kill is one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. So the fact she definitely resembles that kind of style of character in a way, and I was expecting a sort of Sasuke Kiryuin character, and that's just my personal expectations that ruin this character. She is not a flawed character by any means. She's not badly written or anything. She's perfectly written, to be honest, for what she was intended to be by Carey. But for me personally, she's not what I expected. Therefore, she was a little disappointing to me. She's a lot more. She is definitely militaristic in the sense that she is a soldier for Ironwood, which I was not expecting. She's one of the heads in Ironwood's army. Is someone flashing a light outside? What the fuck is that? Anyway, she's one of the heads in Ironwood's army. So, I wasn't expecting her to be as militaristic as she was. More of like, I was expecting her to be more of a domineering and kind of tough. She was tough as nails, but I mean like really tough and stands in her ways and destroys anyone that gets in her way. Well, she was more like a definitely soldier like, and definitely like prim and proper, sort of like Weiss on an extreme level. I guess I should have expected that because she is a Schnee. But if this were like a Satsuki Kiryu you're dealing with, she's not afraid to get dirty to get what she wants. So yeah, I don't know. But let's go to Crow. Crow at this point in the series is my favorite male RWBY character. Um, I do have maybe one or two characters ahead of him. Obviously, my favorite character in the show is Blake, but Crow is my favorite male RWBY character at this point, and it's simply because of how just he's such a well written and well acted character. He's voiced by Mick Mignola, who some people love him, some people hate him. I'm definitely indifferent because in Full Metal Brotherhood he was amazing. But in some other things, he's very in like Orin High School Host Club, for to say, which I never finished, so I can't really form a constructive opinion on that. He was very annoying, and so a lot of people love Vic Fernando. A lot of people hate him. He's definitely Crow is by far his best performance. Um, I mean, just the way, and then also the cinematography that goes, or the animated cinematography that goes along with Crow as to where he stumbles. It sort of shakes. I discussed in my episode 2 review that he is an alcoholic, and it's definitely evident in this episode that he is definitely an alcoholic. And alcoholic characters are very interesting to me because must have a lot of demons inside of them, and I'm definitely theorizing, as I said in my episode 2 review, this might be kind of repetitive, that he became an alcoholic after the disappearance of Summer Rose and oh my god, am I blanking out? And Raven. Why can I not think of her name? Last name, it's blanking out on me. Raven Brahman. Yeah. So after their disappearances, it's just he must have gotten so devastated, and maybe because also one of his best friends, Tai Yang, broke down after their disappearances. So he must have gotten devastated too, and I think that's in my opinion what drove him to alcoholism. But however, he is just one of the deepest characters definitely in RWBY that we've seen, and the way he plays off of other characters, like the play he weighs off of Winter, you know they've had a past together, but you cannot quite place it. Were they lovers? Were they friends? Were they always enemies? You can't quite place their past together, and we're definitely gonna get that development later in the season probably. And but yeah, so he's just definitely the way also the way he interacts with RWBY. It definitely shows like while he is a harsh alcoholic character, he definitely has a loving side. He definitely loves the people that he holds close to him, such as RWBY. And the way he plays off of RWBY, it's just one of the best dynamics in the show. But so Winter and Crow's fight were extremely well choreographed. It was probably one of the best choreographed fights in the show. You can definitely feel there was a past there. Like I said, it's definitely you could tell the sensation of predetermined opinions of each other from past experiences in this fight. It's definitely not first time meeting fight. They definitely know each other, and they definitely have established what each other are and how they stand in each other's lives. But to continue on, later they go up to Ozpin's office, obviously, and Winter leaves, and this sort of begins the first hints that there's some sort of team or league or something that is set up, in which there's an interconnected group of people that work in the shadows to help defeat the enemy, who we do not know who the enemy is. Obviously, we know it's Cinder and Roman Torchwick and Neo and Neptune, and yeah, but we don't really and the White Fang. But we don't really know their end goal, and we don't really know if in my opinion, I don't think Cinder is the true mastermind behind this whole thing. I think if she was revealed way too early to be the mastermind. So that's why I'm saying that it sort of reveals that there's this league or some sort of team that's ready to stop this. And this team consists of Ozpin, Glinda, um, Ironwood, and Crow, as we know so far. However, they mention a girl named Autumn, and they mention that she's in a condition, so she must be some sort of one of their team members too. That's what we can infer at this point. Obviously, I know more from later, but that's what we can sort of infer at this point. So that might be the team. I do not think Winter is part of the team as she was dismissed. However, I do think she is a higher up. She's obviously a higher up in Ironwood's army. But I mean, that's really where the episode leaves us, except for an encounter with Cinder, as Cinder knows all of this. Cinder clearly understands this, and it's not deterring her plan in any way. These new developments or anything like that, she's definitely in on it. And we discover, I don't remember if we discovered this before, that Cinder can, I just can't remember because I've seen so many episodes now, that Cinder can manipulate the how the tournament is conducted and who fights who in the tournament to her advantage and probably to her overall mastermind plan, which would definitely involve the tournament. But I just have to say, every scene, Jessica Negri is an amazing actress. Like, every scene that's in her, and she's just so, like, evil, but still extremely attractive at the same time. It's just, like, I don't know what it is, but it's, like, it's insane how they do it. But, anyway, so yeah, we definitely know that she understands all this. She understands what's going on behind the shadows from the good side of the Force, and she definitely has this calculated. It's not like a new ferment or anything. She knows what she's doing. But yeah, I think that's really where this episode left off. This was my favorite episode at the time because of all the new developments and the characters that we get to see. Characters are my favorite parts of stories as a whole. Characters, their developments, and their personalities are my favorite things that I like to latch on to. That's why I have so many husbandos and waifus, so to say, because I love characters. And this was definitely a character episode. And that's why, knowing more, I know this episode is a major turning point in the series for the developments that are yet to come. But I guess that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about now. So I'm going to cover this video. Obviously, the next ones are going to probably be shorter, simply based on I had to give the whole introduction about what I'm doing these videos for. So yeah, other than that, I think we're done here, so I'll see you guys with the next one.